Kyle Blanks launched a go-ahead two-run home run into the second deck and right last night, and the Padres won their 17th one-run game of the season. After winning 6 games each of the last 3 seasons with the Reds, Aaron Harang can double that single-season total tonight with win 12 of 2011. The Go Padres look for lucky win number 7 in a row against the Marlins. Happy Saturday and welcome to Petco Park. Tonight it is Game 3 of a 4-game series between the Padres and the Florida Marlins. We welcome you in. I am Mark Neely along with Mark Grant. The Padres winners last night. They've taken the first 2 games of the series. The big blow last night was the Kyle Blanks home run. What's the difference between Kyle now and the Kyle pre-surgery?
I think Kyle Blanks has gone through some adjustments. Let's go back a ways. Remember the injury? We'll get that to it a little bit. But he is short and quick to the baseball. In Pittsburgh, the grand slam, low and in, dropping the head of the bat, short and quick to the baseball. Last night, another mistake. Hit a mistake, short and quick, so he's adjusting the swing. And how sweet would it be to see right before our eyes maybe a 30 to 40 home run guy a year in Kyle Blanks, because he's in select company right now for what he's done lately swinging the bat.
You look at most extra base hits in this month of August. That's a pretty select company, and certainly the health of Kyle Blanks has made this a factor.
Put yourself in the place of Kyle Blanks. Tons of talent. Up to this point as we speak, clean bill of health. What does that mean? Clear mind. He can concentrate on making adjustments, and he's making them show right now at the big league level.
Boy, a healthy and productive Kyle Blanks would be a big, big plus for this Padres batting order. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup for this game on Saturday night. It's a former Padre, Clay Hensley, who'll make his 3rd career appearance, but first ever start against his old team, San Diego. And Aaron Harang has won 4 of his last 5 decisions. The pitching matchup is brought to you by Discount Tire, where America saves on tires. Aaron Harang won 6 games each of the last 3 seasons for the Reds. He goes for win number 12 tonight. Starting lineups and first pitch straight ahead. Of course, Dierks Bentley concert after the game. Trevor's retirement ceremony tomorrow. It'll be a fun couple of days here at Petco Park. Let's take a look at the Marlins lineup for tonight, brought to you by the Prize Patrol, presented by Jerome's Furniture. You can text winning to 269-411 to enter. Bonifacio leading off at short. He has 7 hits in his last 7 games. Infante, Omar Infante, just off the disabled list today, had a broken right middle finger. He returns, and that's a key player returning for the Marlins. We'll see how that affects them. Mike Stanton, who had the bad left foot, left toe yesterday, it limited him to pinch hitting, is back in the lineup with Dobbs, Lopez, Peterson, Buck, Wayne Wise getting the start in center, and Hensley pitching. Padres starting pitching profiles brought to you by your San Diego County Cadillac dealer. Stop in today for an attractive lease or purchase offer.
Well, the numbers don't lie. 11-3 for the big right-hander. Aaron Harang, innings pitched. Nice hits a little bit over. Aaron Harang will give up his share of hits. It's all about keeping them in the yard. And if Aaron Harang can throw his breaking ball early in the count. Remember, these Marlin hitters are very aggressive. First pitch breaking balls for strikes, maybe. Should have a good night for the right-hander.
Padres with the blue tops going tonight. The defense behind Aaron Harang, Blanks, Maben, and Venable in the outfield. Forsythe and Guzman on the corners with Bartlett and Hudson up the middle. And once again, Nick Hundley catching. Trader Jack
still loves filling out the lineup card, coming to the ball yard and putting on that big league uniform. He's a cheerleader. He's got probably more energy than a lot of those guys on that bench combined.
80 years old. Emilio Bonifacio steps in. We are ready to go for Petco Park, and glad to have you along on this Saturday. First pitch from Harang, in for a called strike. We are underway. .70 degrees and mostly clear skies at game time tonight.
It is absolutely gorgeous at the ball yard right now, is it not?
Perfect night.
This is great.
Just off the outside corner.
And the Padres got to be thinking sweep, don't you think?
Keep it rolling. Padres have won first 2 games of this series, but also won 3 of their last 4, right, while the Marlins have lost 13 of 15.
Straight scuffle.
Bunted foul. Bonifacio picked up an RBI last night on a bases-loaded walk.
You know, he's going to try to drag one at least, what, once, twice a game?
Absolutely.
And like I said, I'll say it again, have him hit it in the air. See how far you can hit it.
Full count on Bonifacio.
This is one of the guys to where, you know, you're always preaching to pitchers, keep the ball down, work down. Hey, pitch him at the belt buckle and above.
3-2 pitch fouled away. It was a 90-mile-per-hour fastball pretty much down the center of the plate.
Well, Aaron would like to rebound from his last outing. 5 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs. A little erratic in the strike zone.
Another 3-2 fouled back. In that last start for Harang, the numbers you just mentioned, he did pick up a no decision in that start against the Mets. It was the game the Padres came back to tie in the 8th, but lost 5-4 in 10 innings. 8th pitch of this plate appearance for Emilio Bonifacio. Got him swinging as Harang into the slider and strikes out Bonifacio, and that's the way this game begins. There's Omar Infante just off the DL back on August 4th, playing against the Cardinals down in South Florida. His right middle finger broken and put him on the disabled list.
That ball took a tricky hop. That is just a, no pun intended, you talk about a bad break. I mean, just the hand in the wrong place at the wrong time, because Infante was on fire when he was hurt at that moment. Before that, he was playing extremely well.
But like you say, a fluky injury.
Yes, a fluke.
0-1 pitch to Infante. That's in the air down the first base side and foul ground. Guzman just out of room as it's a few rows back. Infante with a 5-game hitting streak at the time of the injury on August 4th. So he does bring that into this game. He takes down and away, a ball and 2 strikes. Came over from Atlanta. He and Mike Dunn in exchange for Dan Ugla. Behind the bag at third, Logan Forsythe. Throws out Infante, 2 away.
That's my guy right there. I'm claiming him. Logan Forsythe. He's
had a
mine.
nice series.
You can't touch him. He's mine.
Not only has he played well at third base here recently, Bud Black was talking yesterday about, hey, you know, Logan's has versatility.
Yes,
we
he does.
play him a lot of different spots.
And you know what? He makes the solid play, but he's not flashy. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. It does.
He's just a solid guy, and sure, it's early in his career, but I like everything I see in him. Hard-nosed, gets the job done.
Two outs, bases are empty, and that's the way you like to pitch to Mike Stanton. Just 1 home run off the National League lead. Pujols has 30. Cardinals got shut out today by the Cubs. Milwaukee's going to run away and hide in that National League Central, aren't they?
Looks like it.
Brewers won today. To third and foul. Brewers have opened up an 8.5 game lead, which is now the largest lead for any division leader in baseball. Foul tip into the mid of Hundley, and it's 2-2.
Good fastball from Aaron Harang. Good located fastball as well at 91, up and away. Looked like a four-seamer. He wants it down, but Stanton cannot catch up to that one. Again.
Same spot. 2 strikeouts in the first for Aaron Harang. So he sets the Marlins down in order. Bottom half, and the Padres coming up. Presented by Ashford University's Homers for Heroes. If any Padre in tomorrow's lineup hits a home run, Ashford will donate $2,500 to Operation Homefront. Venable leads off, followed by Bartlett and Maben. Guzman hitting cleanup, and O'Dog in the 5 spot, hitting .364 in his last 6 games. Will Venable takes a strike on the outside corner. With a .262 average overall, 1 for 6 in this series. Takes another strike from the former Padre Clay Hensley.
Well, 31-year-old veteran. He's been a swingman lately, but the last 6 times out, he's been a starter. This is his 7th start since moving to the rotation in July. Fastball, slider, curve. There's a curveball right there. Occasionally he will throw a split, but basically a 3-pitch pitcher. Fastball, slider, curve. High 80s, maybe touches 90 at times.
He's had a couple of stints on the DL this year. In May, out with a left rib contusion, and in June, part of July, for a right shoulder sprain. Fans Venable. That begins the Padre first inning. Florida defense is brought to you by North County GMC, a Southern California tradition for over 20 years. Peterson, Cameron, and Stanton in the outfield. Lopez making his first start at first base as a Marlin. He started about a dozen games or so at first while with Seattle. Shortstop Jason Bartlett takes strike 1.
Going back to that strikeout of Will Venable, see the swing way out in front? That's the split finger. You see it out of the hand of Clay Hensley. Good arm action, good pitch right out of the gate, going to the off-speed stuff. Looks like a fastball. Comes in as a changeup. Looks like a pump, feels like a sneaker.
Yeah. So the occasional split may turn into the
out pitch
for Clay Hensley tonight.
You get that feel early in the ball game. You know, in the bullpen, they might have that good feel. You bring it out to the mound with you during the game.
There's a breaking ball, the curve. And Hensley has K'd the first 2 hitters in the Padres first.
Good split finger, good curveball way out in front, bringing both hitters, Will Venable and Jason Bartlett, to their knees with the off-speed stuff. Another thing that Clay Hensley possesses, he's got stones.
Comprende. Still living up in North County. Hensley lives in Encinitas. Cameron Maben enters tonight with a 7-game hitting streak. Back towards the mound, under the glove of Hensley. Dobbs didn't get it. Well, Hensley's the one that's a little ticked at himself for not coming up with that ball. Dobbs made it closer than I thought it was going to be, though, at first base.
Absolutely. Did you see the reaction from Clay Hensley? As soon as that ball went by his glove, he looked up to the skies like, oh, my goodness. How did I miss this one? Good sinker. Tries the backhand. Oh, no. Come on, Greg, pick me up. Nope. The speed of Cameron Maben beats it out. And a very close play at first base. Clay's like, yeah, that's my bad. I should have made that play. We should be out of this inning. But the Padres possibly have a little chance for a 2-out rally here.
33rd infield hit this season for Cam Maben. The single season Padre record for infield hits is 40, held by Eric Owens. Cam may take that record for himself. .32 steals and 36 attempts. He was caught in yesterday's game when they pitched out, and he still almost beat it.
I've got an idea. Promotional department, be aware. Cameron Maben night, have a Cameron Maben night. Have like a set of shoes like with wings on it and his number. Giveaway like pin night.
Not a bad idea.
Get right on it.
I'm sure the wheels are already turning down in the bowels.
Do you like the idea?
Park. Yeah.
Guy can fly, right?
I understand the analogy, yeah. Maben at first with 2 outs. No score in the San Diego first inning. Well, they pitch out, and this time, Maben not running. I say this time. Last night they pitched out. He did get it. Probably not going to pitch out 2 consecutive times, are they?
Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Seen teams do that before. Fastball away, though, kind of acts as the same type.
Semi, yeah,
right.
Exactly. It's a pitch, semi pitch out without really pitching out there, and giving Buck a better chance to throw out Maben if he was running. By the way, give Cam an 8-game hitting streak. with that hit. Two-one to Jesus Guzman. A little low, says Brian Gorman, the plate umpire.
As that sun starts to set a little bit, gets out of the eyes of Cameron Maven.
There he goes on the 3-1 pitch. It's ball 4. No throw needed by Buck, and it's 2 on with 2 outs.
A lot of fastballs rolled right from Hensley because of the speed at first, right?
Correct. Now things may be a little bit different. Orlando Hudson with runners at first and second and 2 outs. Orlando in his career against Clay Hensley has 2 hits and 7 at bats.
Split finger right out of the gate
on the first pitch.
We've seen a lot of that with runners in scoring position. Mentioned it last night. First pitch right out of the gate with a guy on second base. Off speed from these Marlin pitchers.
Got it away, 2-0.
You know, Clay actually throws it's called a split finger, but he uses the Vulcan grip. In fact, Edward Mujica, remember El Diablo?
He's here with the Marlins.
So
that's belted deep to right, and Orlando Hudson, a 3-run shot. His 4th of the year, and the Padres lead 3-0. Well, Clay Hensley was his own defensive play away from a 3-up, 3-down first, and all of a sudden this whole thing is blown up on him.
We talk about a game of inches, maybe less than an inch. Clay Hensley making that play to end the inning. And as I mentioned, the chance for a little 2-out rally. Orlando Hudson works a 2-0 count, and he is all over it. Mike Stanton didn't even give chase to that one. He knew that one was gone. Put a notch in O-Dog Shillelagh. Who let the dogs out?
It's his 4th homer of the year for O'Donnell. That's his first, though, left-handed. That's belted to left by Blanks, and it is back-to-back home runs. Number 5 for Kyle. And in just a matter of a couple of pitches, the Padres have suddenly sprung a 4 spot in the first. Kyle Blanks is feeling this.
Absolutely. We talked about it in the pregame show. You talk about hitting mistakes. That ball leaks middle in, and the 88 train is out of the depot. Swinging a hot shillelagh on that one.
First time this year the Padres have hit back-to-back home runs. Hundley, line drive to left, stays in the park, but it looks like it's going to go for extra bases. Played in by Peterson. It's a double for Nick. Now the first inning, not only a problem for Hensley tonight, but for the Marlins. Our comparison brought to you by the San Diego Toyota dealers. We've got what it takes. Going to beat the Marlins, you get them early. You look at the first 3 innings, team ERA over 5 and an opponent batting average of 279. Middle innings, where pitching has more success, the ERA drops, as does the opponent batting average.
It's just been a whole different mindset for these Padres, and taking advantage of those numbers. I'm sure there were people out there who laughed when they heard me say, hey, chance for a little 2-out rally here. Two people to my right. Anyway, the fourth spot in the bottom of the first, and Randy Reddy is smiling with Stump Merrilla, Mark Merrilla on the left.
A Hudson 3-run homer followed by a Blanks solo shot, a Hundley double. And again, we mentioned it, but with 2 outs, bases empty, Maben a little dribbler to the third base side of the mound that Hensley could not come up with. Dobbs did, the third baseman, but couldn't throw out Maben, and that's what started this whole thing.
Can we talk about hitters in the National League who have been hurt in their struggle? Remember Lance Berkman? You know, he's had troubles, right? But this year he's healthy, he's swinging the bat well. Kyle Blanks, he had a bad elbow. Try competing at this level with a bad elbow, swinging a stick like he swings. You're not going to be successful. You got that taken care of, and as I mentioned in the pregame show, clean bill of health, you got a clear mind. And that does wonders for anybody.
Yeah, the elbow surgery and the elbow injury obviously didn't just affect his throwing. Try swinging a bat with a bad elbow.
Yep.
Second homer in his many nights for Kyle Blanks. 8th man to bat in this inning. Logan Forsythe takes down and away, and suddenly, after the first 2 were retired in this inning, each on strikeouts, the pitcher Harang will bat here in the first inning.
You talk about this game bringing to your knees in a heartbeat. Randy St. Clair is already on that horn down to the Marlin bullpen.
Up high to Harang. This is how close Hensley was to getting out of the inning with 2 outs, ball right under his glove, that if he fields, he most likely gets Maben, as Dobbs nearly did anyway. And Hensley's like, should have had him. Had a 1-2-3 inning, and then 6 batters later, he's still trying to get the final out of the inning. Padres have won all 5 games this year with the Marlins. And now in all 6 games this year they've played with Florida, the Padres have scored in the first inning of all 6 of those games. Right-hander Rick Badenhop is up for the Florida Marlins. 29th pitch of the inning for Hensley. And it comes to an end as he gets 3 strikeouts in the frame, but in between, the Padre long ball rears its head. Orlando Hudson, a 3-run blast to right. Blanks solo shot to left as they go back to back, and a 4-run San Diego first. complimentary tickets so you can enjoy great games this season, sample great seats, and enjoy all the exciting benefits of being a Padres season ticket holder. Don't miss out. Call 619-795-5555 today and tell the Padres you're in.
No power shortage, huh?
No, not at all. Orlando Hudson, his first home run left-handed this year, and home run number 5 for Kyle Blanks.
Hey, once in a while that dog will sneak up and bite you.
Don't wake up that dog, my friend.
That's right.
All right, sent him down in order in the first. Dobbs leads off and hits a high fly to left field on the first pitch. Blanks towards the line, has out number 1.
You got to love that.
Uno pitch, Uno out.
Aaron Harang is the type of pitcher to where, depending on what the score is, he'll pitch his type of game, being up 4-0 or 0-0. He could be a little bit more aggressive now with the fastball, right? I mean, he can locate all of his pitches when he's on. But now he can just try to be aggressive with his fastball away, like he did to Dobbs, gave him the opposite field.
First baseman Jose Lopez. He had a 3-hit night last night. All 3 hits were doubles. Fastball on the low outside corner to level it and a ball and a strike. Lopez began the season with the Rockies. Line into left field. He has another base hit. That's his 5th hit of the series. There's the first Fish hit of the night. A 2nd inning 1-out single.
A good top hand. The ball hooking. Hey, Kyle Blanks going to the old school. Getting that knee down. It's almost like Walter Matthau on the Bad News Bears when he's out in the outfield. Hey, come on, guys, you got to get that knee down to keep the ball in front of you. It's good technique.
All outside of Peterson. Nice pickup by Hundley. Ryan Peterson out of Chatsworth High School. Played his college ball at UC Irvine. In fact, went with the Anteaters to Omaha in the College World Series back in '07. 3-0.
I'm sure Bob Scanlon knows a lot about this guy, doesn't? Scan does some UC Irvine play-by-play on radio.
The Anteaters were knocked out by the eventual champ Oregon State that year, but Peterson was named to the College World Series All-Tournament team that year. 3-0. And ball 4. You know what they call the supporters of the Anteaters?
Yardbarks.
Oh, that's a whole different.
Well, they eat ants, but go ahead.
They called them the Anteaters entourage.
Really? Well, no Bob Scanlon, but there's part of the Sequan Casino Post and pregame show. John Weisbarth stuffing his hole, and Jenny Kavnar on the right. Free hot dogs, yeah, I'm all over it.
There you go, midnight. John Buck takes a strike. You can make the simple act of eating sound so demeaning.
Hey, I'm a
like
big fan of the art. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, that's apparent. 2 on 1 out for the Marlins catcher. Slow roller. It's going to be a tough play. Forsythe bare hands and does not have a play, and the bases are loaded. Right. Logan playing deep at third. Yep. No chance to get Buck.
Yeah, well, you respect the power of John Buck. We all know what he can do with the bat and playing back. And that, you know, that's a case where Aaron Harang throws a good pitch It's a slider. Buck reaches for it. It's all upper body. And Logan Forsythe realized that, you know what? Sometimes the play is not to try to make the play. And he holds on to it. No chance of getting Buck, even though he doesn't run well. One out, bases loaded. You got to force it any base. Take your chances on another grounder.
Dwayne Wise, the center fielder. Wise lines it foul. Pass first. Good play by the Pod Squad. Wise getting the start in center field tonight. He was used as a pinch hitter in each of the first 2 games of the series. He had a pinch hit, base hit last night. Off the outside corner. Well, the Padres scored 4 in the bottom of the first inning. Wise, who is homerless this year, does represent the tying run at the plate for Florida.
Nice slider right there. Down at that back foot. We hear about it all the time. Righties on lefties, lefties on righties. The breaking ball, aim for that back foot because you know it's not going to be a strike in the zone. If he makes contact with that, it's either in the dugout, top of the foot, or best case yet, swinging right through it.
1-2 pitch. Tried to go in that same general vicinity with the slider, and he laid off that time. Former Chicago White Sox, Dwayne Wise. His first year with the Marlins. Ranks 2-2. He gone.
Grab some bench. As Hawk Harrelson would say, voice of the Chicago White Sox on TV.
We talked about Hawk in great detail last night. He's an interesting gentleman. No, he's the first big league player that wore batting gloves.
You know what? That doesn't surprise me because Hawk Harrelson was a style master back in the day.
And it was he had been out playing golf and had blisters and
right.
was having to play the big league game that night. I think he was with the Red Sox at the time, but he was the first guy to wear batting gloves. He caught a lot of heat for it initially.
I'll bet.
That wasn't a manly thing to do.
Oh, he got squeezed there.
It's 2-0 on the pitcher Hensley. Hensley 0 for 8 with the bat this year with 4 strikeouts.
Count should be 1-2 after that one pitch where Aaron got squeezed on that good fastball down and away.
Hensley stays alive and fouls it back. Two singles and a walk. Marlins have him loaded with 2 outs in the second. Fourth strikeout for Aaron Harang. And the Marlins leave the bases loaded at midnight. Still filling up that pie hole.
Oh, get out the fan and the grapes.
as your Padres honor the all-time saves leader Trevor Hoffman in a special pre-game retirement ceremony. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime event. You can still get your tickets at Padres.com/Trevor. A lot of folks in town, dignitaries for tomorrow's ceremony, which we'll have for you at 12:30 tomorrow here on Channel 4 if you can't make it to the ballpark. Of course, Trevor Hoffman spent time as a Florida Marlin. Wore 51 with the Marlins as well. I believe it was still called Joe Robbie Stadium at that point.
I believe so. At Candlestick, I'm sure producer Eddie Barnes was in the stand somewhere watching his Giants go down. Right in Eddie's wheelhouse.
Looking through the chain link fence from the outfield. 1-2 count on Venable leading off the Padres second. He fanned in the first inning. You know what the difficult thing about games at Candlestick was a lot? You know, with that chain link fence in the outfield. That's to the right side. Scooped by Lopez, who makes the shovel to Hensley. For a 3-1 putout. A lot of balls that would bounce over the fence. You couldn't really tell if they were beyond the fence at home runs.
Hey, it fooled a lot of announcers as well.
Looking through the chain link down near the team store and the Western Metal Building on the left field corner. Hanging out on the beach as well. Shortstop Jason Bartlett fan in the first. Still a little disturbed by that scene we saw going to break. It wasn't exactly the
it was
Cameron Diaz A-Rod popcorn
good call
Super Bowl moment.
Yeah, quite frankly, it made me sick to my stomach.
That's a 1-1 count on Bartlett. You've got a sensitive tummy, though. So
I do.
1-1 pitch from Clay Hensley. Fastball makes it 1-2.
You know, Clay has dealt with some adversity in his career as well. Injuries, you know, fighting back, getting released, and then getting invited to spring training with the Marlins and fighting his way back to the big league level.
Bouncy ball towards the middle. Bonifacio from behind the bag. Low throw, but Lopez picks it out. Two down. Let's take you back to Candlestick Park. You're pitching as a Padre.
Oh, look at the mullet.
That's not a bad hairdo, actually, for you right there.
And Brett Butler.
There's that chain link fence in the outfield. Late great Pat Dobson.
Yeah.
With a visit. And now
still backing up third. Hanging a pitch. Shocker.
You could back up third with the best of them.
I wore a path.
Yeah, Maven takes a strike.
You know, that still irks me. Brett Butler hit that double. I threw him a pitch, and Doug Harvey, probably the best umpire of all time, I think, was behind the plate that day. And I thought I got squeezed. And you know what? If Doug was here, I'd tell him myself.
Well, they called Doug Harvey God, didn't they?
Oh, yeah.
That was his nickname?
Yeah. Good man. Hall of Famer.
1-1 on front. The on-speed pitch.
Let's check the pitch here. I missed. Yeah, that's just too fat of a pitch to anybody. That's my bad. Joe Carty, he was playing on the shortstop side of second base.
Fourth strikeout of the game for Hensley, who sets the side down in order. I like that dude. That's not bad.
Solo shot.
Hey, Aaron Harang did some serious pitching there in that second inning to hold the Marlins in check.
Marlins left the bases loaded in the second, and it's the top of the order up in Bonifacio to begin the third. Takes a strike, and it's 1-1. Four runs, 4 Padre hits, no runs, 2 Florida hits so far. We've got up high, 2-1. He missed with the changeup. Marlins, despite the 2 losses here, first 2 games of the series, still have a winning record on the road. 32-27 on the road this year. But are 25-41 at their home ballpark.
Hey, you know what? I talked to Tommy Hutton, the
TV
analyst for the Marlins, and he is a firm believer. You know, think of that division, the East, right? Philadelphia, Atlanta, New York. There's Hut. Had a darn good big league career. He did.
Just fouled past first.
You go to Philadelphia, Atlanta, New York. I mean, that's playoff atmosphere, isn't it?
They play in a tough division. You
come home to Florida, and he even said, there's no life. There is no electricity.
Well, hopefully
it's like playing a B game in spring training at 10 in the morning in Jupiter.
You'd expect that all to change next year with their new ballpark. 3-2 pitch down in the dirt, and it's a leadoff walk to Bonifacio.
I mean, it goes back to when you're a kid. You know, when you're playing amateur sports in school, basketball, football, the bigger crowds, hey, that did something for you, didn't it?
Well, there's a reason why teams win most of their home games over the long haul.
Yeah.
Marlins have had, in many ways, a bizarre season. They were 10 games over at 30-20, and they just went south in a hurry. Went all the way to 11 games under 500. And they made it back to 500 for a while, or under 500 now at 57-68. Getting ready for the concert tonight. George Bentley. That's
good old boys.
Not him.
Pardon, ma'am. Pardon me, ma'am. Very respectful, taking off his hat and getting to his seat so the people in back can enjoy the ball game.
A few cowboy hats around tonight. Oh, yeah.
Yippee-ki-yay.
You're about to quote Bruce Willis there. That's down in the dirt.
Almost. Kind of partial to Roy Rogers.
Florida Marlins had a terrible June. Lost 17 of 18 in one stretch, 11 in a row, which tied a team record. It's a third and foul. Third base coach Joe Espada.
Yeah, May 28th this year, the Marlins were 30-20. Best record in the National League. Since then, it's been downhill.
And they lost 19 of their first 20 games in the month of June.
Ouch.
Edwin Rodriguez resigned June 19th. Jack McKeon was title-wise the special advisor to ownership. He returned to the field June 21st as the interim manager. And has become the second oldest manager ever. With Connie Mack being the oldest. Connie Mack managed till age 87.
Wow.
His last year was 1950. Fly ball left field. Blanks a few steps in. One gone in the 4th or 3rd.
Good breaking ball from Aaron Harang. And there's Trader Jack. Kind of sweet. It'd be against Major League code, but if Jack showed up to the ballpark and managed in a suit.
The Connie Mack suit?
Yeah.
Of course, he came back in 2003, 38 games into the 03 season when he was 72 years old and managed the Marlins to the world title.
Jack says, what's age? It's only a number, right?
Yeah.
It's what's in your head and what's in your heart. And still work that cheek leg.
Save and a miss by Stanton. Really get the impression that Jack McKeon is enjoying being at the ballpark every day again. He knows it's an interim tag, but he's making the most of his time back in uniform. Rich Waltz is telling me that he's a TV announcer. Was pregame and he left Jack, who said, yeah, Jack's got to go do some stuff. But he came back an hour later. Jack was in the same place, still talking with the beat reporters.
Oh, yeah.
The 1-1 pitch to the right fielder, Mike Stanton.
You can see Aaron Harang being very careful, trying to peck away at that outside corner. As the outfield pretty much straight away and on the deep side in left and center. Will Venable a little on the shallow side in right.
2-1 pitch. Stand away again. Did he go? Yes. Plate umpire Brian Gorman making the call, and it's 2-2. Check on Bonifacio. Has to dive back in.
That was close.
Stanton with 29 homers, 76 runs batted in. And again, Harang staying away. It's a full count.
Hey, with the way the infield is positioned, right? You'll give up that single to the right side. That's only first and second then. And that's why Harang's playing him away. Hopefully he'll pull something. But if he takes it that way, give him the single.
Runner takes off. It's a strike. Throw down to second. Not in time. Well, they strike out Stanton, and Hundley trying to make it a strike him out, throw him out, inning double play, but Bonifacio swipes his 30th bag of the season.
Aaron Harang kept pecking away. There's the jump, but the big key is the strikeout on the outside corner. And Orlando Hudson tries to keep the tag on Bonifacio. Out or safe. Oh,
almost came off the bag.
Yes,
that
did.
right foot just stayed on.
But what a great pitch by Aaron to get Stanton looking.
5 strikeouts for Harang, 2 outs in the inning for cleanup hitter Greg Dobbs, the third baseman. First pitch strike on an off-speed pitch, a change. Dobbs led off the second and flight out to Kyle Blanks in left field. To first, behind the bag, Guzman takes it himself. The leadoff walk to Bonifacio, and he is stranded. At the midpoint of the third, it's 4-0 San Diego. The all-new redesigned 2012 Civic. And check out the latest offers on the full lineup of Hondas. Mark Neely and Mark Grant and our Channel 4 crew from Petco Park. Third game of this 4-game series. Padres and Marlins. 4-0 San Diego lead thanks to back-to-back homers in the first. Hudson with a 3-run shot, and then Blanks followed it with a solo homer. 4, 5, and 6 up into San Diego third. All one is up and into Jesus Guzman.
I just detected something, Clay Hensley, and this is something that he had done when he was a Padre as well, and I'm sure he'd be the first to admit it, and it's mechanical. Sometimes that front shoulder really flies open like any pitcher, and hence the ball up and into the righty. Kind of push it a little bit, and to correct that, just got to concentrate on having that shoulder go towards home plate and stay on home plate. And that, he kind of flew up on that too on the breaking ball. But every pitcher goes through that, though. Sometimes you feel like you want to overthrow it and you want to get the ball there quickly, right? And get something out. You open up a little bit too soon and you leave it up in the zone, or way up and out of the zone.
It's Guzman to go fishing. Low fastball, 2-2.
Throw some chum out there.
Yeah.
You didn't even realize you said that, did you? Be honest.
I don't know where the analogy. That's popped up. Left side, shortstop Bonifacio under it. 1 out. It'll bring up Orlando Hudson. Cold Hard Blast is presented by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Padres go back-to-back. The first inning was Orlando Hudson, his first home run left-handed this year, and then Blanks whips one out to left into the second deck of the Western Metal Building.
Starting to feel comfortable, right? And I don't mean comfortable in a bad way. I mean comfortable in a good way. Seeing pitches, recognizing them, hitting mistakes.
Sails to the outside corner.
Guarantee you one thing. I'll bet you Clay Hensley, for the time he's out there and facing Orlando Hudson, he's going to keep the ball away from him. Nothing soft middle in. Something he can turn on. Probably 2 seamers away. Backdoor breaking ball.
Slider called a strike, 1-2. Curveball fouled. That's a 3-run home run in the first inning. He's hit 35 runs batted in on the season. Tipped into the mid of Buck. 2 outs in the inning, and that is 6 in a row retired by Hensley. Got him with that split.
Yeah, that's that Vulcan changeup we were talking about. He calls it a split finger and way out in front of it. He consistently kept pitches away, and he gets the strikeout with that pitch away.
Show me that Vulcan grip, Mr. Spock.
We know about the split finger grip, right? The split fingers, the grips are like that, but the Vulcan grip is almost like a pitchfork like that. And I've got a story to cap it off. Kevin Correa and Clay Hensley, very good friends.
Really?
Clay Hensley learned the changeup from Kevin Correa. Kevin Correa learned the changeup from Tim Lincecum. So Clay Hensley is, in essence, throwing the Tim Lincecum changeup.
Interesting little.
And somewhere
6
Kevin
degrees
Bacon
of
is in
I was
there.
going to say that's the Kevin Bacon game
Yeah.
right there. Who did Tim Lincecum learn his changeup from? That's how
I'd have
delve
to
deeper.
ask Tim Lincecum when I see him next time.
Two outs, nobody on, and the Padres third. 1-2 to Blanks. Back to the mound. This one speared by Hensley. That ball had a little fuzz on it. Hensley missed a chance to make a play on Maven in the first, and it cost him. Makes the play on Blanks. He's now retired 7 in a row.